When it comes to building your own e-commerce store or e-commerce brand, there's a lot of things that go into it, and it can get very overwhelming on what you need to learn. Today, the things that I'm going to go over with you are things I wish I had before I even started my own e-commerce store, before I even started marketing e-commerce stores, because it would have significantly helped me with my progress, as well as obviously making more revenue in my store. What's up, guys? Nikita from aspectagency.com, and today I'm going to be going over 6 different things that you need before even launching your own e-commerce store. So with that being said, let's get into it. So here we are on my computer, and today I'm going to be showing you those 6 things, as well as a few examples here. Mainly, I would recommend using this video as like a checklist and see if you have these things. If you have 4 out of 6, what are the 2 that you need to work on, etc. Starting off with number 1 is differentiation in your messaging on your website, your ads, your email marketing, etc. You want to have a differentiation in messaging because that's what obviously makes you stand out from all the other competition. Like, what makes your specific product or your productized service stand out from all the other competition? Like, what makes you different? Is it the design? Is it the way that you manufacture? Is it the materials you use? What are those things? The questions that you need to be asking yourself are these 10 questions that I went ahead and created for you to help you narrow down what your messaging actually is. How is this different from everything else that I've seen? What's in it for me, for the customer? How do I know this is real? Social proof, and we'll be getting into that a little bit later. What's holding me back? And this is all from a perspective of a customer and the type of questions a customer would be asking when they're on your store or when they're about to buy something. Who and what is to blame for my previous result? Maybe they used a similar product and they've been burned in the past. Who is to blame for their previous results? Maybe that other company was using bad materials, or maybe their product was bad. Why do this now? Why would a customer buy your product now? Like, what is on the line? How does this work? How can I get started? You want to make that as easy as possible. Make the checkout process as streamlined as possible, because without it, a customer would be confused in how do they check out. What do I have to lose by buying this product and service? You want to maximize the upside and minimize the downside. Is there a money back guarantee that you have? Is there a specific warranty that the product comes with? All of those things are very important to a customer. This is the bedrock, and this is the foundation that everything else that we're going to be talking about lies off of. So if you can't get all 10 of these things down and sort of differentiate yourself in the market, then you're going to be having a hard time scaling and even getting those initial few sales for your e-commerce store. A really good product and brand that I like to use as an example here is Supply, and Patrick, the CEO, has done a really good job of differentiating himself from the other razor companies out there with his messaging and his marketing. Alloy, not alcohol. A lot of shaving cream uses alcohol, so that's a differentiation. The Tesla of razors, that's a really bold statement that stands out and sticks in people's head, because Tesla's quality is so high, or like they're so high tech, that I would want that kind of razor. They have award-winning single edge 2.0, bestseller, bundle and save. You have 2 different things. You either want to go with skincare or you want to go with razors and shaving for your hair. And then best thing since sliced bread. That's hilarious. Talks about the high performance product in personal grooming. Has some testimonials here from like credible sources like Men's Journal, GQ, CNET, Gear Patrol, Business Insider. These are all reputable names. And then you also have other testimonials from customers talking about the razors and how much they enjoyed them. And then just most commonly asked questions. All of this is laid out in a very clean way and in a way where it's very easy to digest as a customer. And then you also have free shipping and returns, lifetime warranty. The upside is high. You get to try out this razor, and the downside is low. There's a lifetime warranty and a supply guarantee. So you'll get 100 days to test out the product. If not, if you don't like it, get a full refund. So there's that, and messaging is very important. Next up is influencer marketing, and this is critical because influencers, here you use the influencer trust and following, and like the following that they have, in order to leverage your product to associate with that influencer and make sure that other people actually understand, like, oh wow, this influencer is actually using this product and this influencer actually likes it. I like this influencer, I'm gonna go ahead and buy this product. Obviously that's very dumbed down and rudimentary, but that's how it works. So seeding influencers, working with influencers, maybe sending them product plus promotion, that will significantly help your brand. And something that you could do beforehand is seeding influencers on the pre-launch of your brand. So just having those scheduled out right before your brand is about to launch is very important and very critical to getting those few dozen sales in the beginning to sort of learn more about your customer and customer base. As well as you get UGC out of it. User-generated content is important, and that's what goes into the next point here, which is social proof. And social proof is critical. When we go back to supply here, there's a lot of social proof. You have testimonials, reviews, and you also have photos of people actually buying the product, using the product. It's very good because people actually start to see that people are using this product, and it goes back to why should I trust you? It goes back to that influencer marketing, and that we actually have people that used our product and they enjoy our product. Building social proof sort of ties back into influencer marketing, and those two are critical in order to build. And there's also other ways of building social proof, like posting on your social media. If you go to Supplies Instagram, you have like some memes here and there, so it's a little bit relatable. A couple of reels here, photos with Patrick, the CEO, shaving tips and techniques. And if you go to their tagged, you can also see a bunch of people enjoying their product. And that's a new way of using social proof, not only in your ads, but also on your website and just other people that are investigating your brand, seeing what they're doing. Now, also another thing you can do for UGC, and this is actually kind of going into the next point, is building up content and sourcing content. So reaching out to people, friends and family, if you're in the beginner stage, to create reviews about your product, as well as how-tos, writing better product descriptions, using use cases, blogs, etc. around your product, at the same time utilizing your messaging differentiation. So for example, Supply is really good at this. You have the CEO actually showing you how to do a full shave, showing you how to lather up all the different products. My wife hates my stash, it's time for it to go. So there's a lot of content built up around this one razor that they're selling. Win $1,000. All of these crazy things are important because these are what build up trust in your brand. And this guy's talking about the story behind Supply and what happened with Shark Tank, him shaving. And I'm sure he's also boosting all of these TikToks at the same time, but still, like, all of this stuff is crazy important when it comes to building up trust with your brand and having that connection with your customer. The next thing to actually segue into connecting with your customer is building up an email marketing list and trying to build up your email marketing as soon as possible, or even having it before you launch, because email marketing is pretty much evergreen. It's almost a set it and forget it. You would want to update it once or twice a year once you set up the initial automations, and we have a whole separate video going into that that you can check out up top or below. Email marketing is crucial because it's free and it's your own way of directly contacting your customers and followers, as well as soon-to-be customers, and transferring those customers or transferring those prospects into customers. It's the cheapest way to turn someone who knows about your brand or is interested, seen a few TikToks, seen a few Instagram posts, went through your website and saw an offer, and turning them and actually having them buy something through the help of welcome emails or the welcome automation, abandoned cart automation, win back automation if they were a customer and they stopped ordering, as well as a post-purchase automation. All of these things are important when it comes to building up your e-com brand, because all of these things all add up. When people think of e-commerce, they're only thinking of Facebook ads or Google ads, but all of these things, especially the last one, all encompass your brand. And speaking of Facebook and Google ads, paid acquisition is the last thing on your list. Paid acquisition is critical because once you have all these foundations set up, especially the messaging differentiation and social proof and influencer marketing, that's where paid acquisition is like pouring gasoline onto a fire. You're forcing your message down people's feed, and obviously it sounds a bit gruesome, but that's what paid acquisition is. Initially, you'd want to utilize the lowest hanging fruit through retargeting on Facebook, Instagram, as well as Google Shopping. So basically people that are already familiar with your brand, and you're just throwing some ads in there to push them over the edge and actually buy something. And then once you reach a certain scale in your company and you can actually start to afford testing out with cold traffic, that's when you'd want to go ahead and start optimizing for cold traffic for your store and optimizing for those specific acquisition channels, whether it's Facebook, Google ads, TikTok, Pinterest, Snapchat, etc. And as you can see, Supply is already doing that. They have tons of ads, utilizing their own UGC, really well shot ads. You have Lori Granger utilizing that social proof of them being on Shark Tank and using that testimonial to reel people in. Another UGC ad with Lori. Another UGC of time to step up your morning routine. So they have tons of ads utilizing UGC, social proof, testimonials, all of that, because they had everything set up already. And like I said, the ads are just another thing to push people over the edge and actually buy something. And that's where you have a thriving e-commerce business based off of all those foundational things you've set up. So again, these are all in order of operations. So get your messaging first, influencer marketing, building up your social proof next, getting the content out there and utilizing your product, showing people how to use it, all of those things. Email marketing is next, and then lastly, paid acquisition is, like I said, pouring fuel on fire. Now, are you a store owner that already has a brand that's launched and generating revenue and are looking to add an extra $50,000 to $100,000 in monthly recurring revenue while decreasing your CPA and scaling your store? Well, let's go ahead and hop on a scaling initiative call and see what Aspect can do for you. Click the link down in the description below for a scaling initiative call, and we can go ahead and see if you're a right fit for us. Now, with that said, that's it for the video. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you have any questions about e-commerce marketing or any other general e-commerce tips, leave a comment down below. I'll go ahead and be sure to answer it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.